Good day, beautiful soul family, and welcome back to On Another Level. And I say when it was the time of 1, 2, 3, I would say a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds. There are times where I will see something, God will show me something, and I will label this as a what if, okay? So the what if is this. Now, cloning has been around for a very long time. And I was seeing something like God will show me things on another level in reference to things that are in the news. And I try not to do too much about politics or the things that are in the news, because God will show me things and it's truly amazing. The thing about it is, beautiful soul family, is that for the good and the bad, okay, there are a lot of things that has been happening beneath the surface. And we're seeing how it is coming to the surface. And what's coming to the surface is understanding that it's been happening for quite some time. And a lot of people will be amazed, because you have to think back as to when it all began, you know. And so anyways, as I was looking at this thing on my computer, and I was looking at this person, actually, I'm looking and I'm like, this doesn't seem to be like it's him. And it seems to be like a clone. I don't pay attention to certain people, especially. I'm not a phenomenon type person. I've elevated. But the thing about it is that when I do pay attention to certain things, like when God shows it to me, I see the subtleties. I see the changes. And it's enough to raise my red flags. So there are people who are in the public eye, and they can be considered pawns or ambassadors. And so the thing about it is that we think we see, but we do not see. And as I was looking at this person, God was bringing to my remembrance when Satan was fighting over Moses' body. He was fighting Archangel Michael. So in the Bible, it talks about how Satan was fighting over the body of Moses. And there has been some commentaries out there where it was stating that, you know, it was raising a question: why would Satan fight over the body of Moses? And, well, as I was looking at this certain person, God was bringing that back to my memory. And with clones, you know, they use certain people who have quite an influence, and they will clone them. And you may think this is far-fetched, but cloning has been happening for a very long time. And if you really look beneath the surface, you can see that it's been in front of our very eyes. It's, I've said it time and time again, if you want to hide something, you'd put it in front of their face. Because the mere fact that it's in front of their face, they will not question it. So anyways, the thing about understanding what was going on with Moses is that even in understanding that whole account, Archangel Michael could do a lot. But the thing about it is that Archangel Michael said, "The Lord rebuke thee." The Lord. He could have took out his blazing sword. He could have done so many things. But he said, "The Lord rebuke thee." Well, anyways, the thing is that, and I'm told to say that is just a different tactic. When you see things happening to you, when there is a struggle and you can't do much in your own strength, the question is, should you? We're going to see a lot of things that is going to amaze us, and it may anger us, but we have to say, "The Lord rebuke thee." Now, also in reference to the cloning, and how Satan is just different ways of which we can see the different characteristics of Satan, and the fruitage that comes from it. This morning, and this is a sidebar, I don't know if I'm going to do another video on this, but God was telling me about Cain and Abel. Cain didn't care about his sacrifice, and he sacrificed fruits that were not up to par. But Abel sacrificed the flesh. And there are certain things to take a look at. I think I'm going to go deeper in another video, but anyways, so here we're going to see how different people that have been in the spotlight are actually clones. You may not believe it, but oh well. And it brings me back, God was showing me, it was bringing me back to my memory on Moses's body. And then also God is showing me in reference to the Antichrist, and how people are truly fooled, deceived. And when we want to fight things in our own strength, again, we must do what Archangel Michael did. And he said, "The Lord rebuke thee." And so, hopefully, this is a what if. What if people that we see and that we have quote unquote respect for, what if they're clones? And then they because in the world, people they're so hung up by looks, they don't go within. So if you get a person that has much influence and then they clone them, it's about the Pied Piper and how the frequencies and the fluctuations of the flute was able to lure the children. I know you may think I'm going all over the place with this, but the thing about it is that we have to tear down idols, and we have to tear down who we place above us, especially when it's not God Almighty, because those very idols can be used to lure. It's been happening for quite some time, but I really feel that at this stage, we really need to watch. We need to pull down the idols. We need to pull down the importance. If it's not God the Almighty and Jesus the Christ, then we shouldn't idolize it. We shouldn't be influenced by them, because they can be utilized because of their influence and lure people to destruction. And so I hope this message, this what if, helps you in some way, shape, or form to even just open your eyes and open your consciousness so that we can see what's actually going on beneath the surface. Have a beautiful, wonderful day, and God bless.